time, beyond our universe, there is a planet besieged by alien invaders, where a young king must rescue his love from the clutches of the beast, or risk the death of his world. A world called Krull.
Arm yourself!
We'll fight together.
To this world have come the Slayers and their overlord, the Beast.
If you consent to be my queen, I will halt the attacks of the Slayers.
Their incredible power has taken the planet by force. Their inhuman savagery has got to be stopped. And these are the ones who must stop it. Thieves.
Let's just kill them and be done with it.
Warriors. Wizards. A changeling.
That rudeness. I think I'll turn you into a goose.
A cyclops.
That's the second time you've saved my life.
A child. A king.
I give fire to water. It will not return, except from the hand of the woman I choose as my wife.
Unlikely allies.
Well, you heard him. We are now an army.
Battling an unbeatable enemy. For the life of the Princess Lissa
He's too powerful.
and the freedom of the planet Krull. Courage lives in many worlds. But the bravest of all is Krull. A world light years beyond your imagination.
Welcome to a world of nostalgia, where three men have to form a prophecy to watch one of the biggest 80s flop movies of all time, where Star Wars and Lord of the Rings come together in sorcery and fantasy. Welcome to the Nostalgia Funhouse, and this adventure begins with Johnny the Wizard, Will the Wanderer, and Andrew, I don't know. But we will watch Krull and we will review it to give us how we feel about this.
Will, my eyes aren't the best, Will, but is that we got over there? We got old Benjamin Kenobi.
Something similar, or you know, I just kept referring to this movie as Qui-Gon's quest on Hagrid's holiday.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. This was a movie. This was a movie. I tell you, that guy's beard is too neat. I don't like neat beards. That looked like a fake beard, and it bothered me the whole movie.
I found out he's the only American actor in this whole entire movie.
That makes sense. Did they film this in Ireland? They had to. All
They
those
filmed
rolling
it in
hills
England.
and castles.
They filmed it in England.
All right.
They filmed it on
soundstage.
Yeah, they filmed it in England, and I never noticed it until now. The Princess Alyssa,
dubbed.
Yeah, she was dubbed because
It wasn't
they-
her real
Really?
voice. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't.
You could
notice
tell.
that?
No, you could tell at the beginning, but like
Yeah.
as the movie, maybe like because later I just thought that they just put her. They filmed somebody's colonoscopy, and they just put the actress in said shot of this colonoscopy as she was walking through the caverns of whatever that castle is. But you could tell at the beginning of the film when she's like talking to her father that she's definitely dubbed.
Yeah, she's the actress that played her was only
19.
Yeah, she was like 19, 17 years old there.
No, wait, no, this is important. Which one is it?
I believe
It's
it,
19.
I heard 17.
19.
Okay, I gotta change my.
I heard 19
later here. All right, we're good.
Oh,
maybe by the time it's done.
I don't want to.
19.
I don't want to pull a Johnny and say that I find this person attractive if it's not legal.
Well,
just
if your eyesight's as bad as mine,
just
and your shoulders. I had a couple observations right off the bat with this. One of them being, I was like, man, why does this music sound like it's from like the
Yeah.
Star Trek movie? And then I realized, oh, because it's James Horner doing this.
Yeah.
So, which is probably the best thing this movie's got going for it.
Oh,
Man, I tell you, this film, they don't explain anything, which I'm fine with. Like you don't have to
Yes,
you
that's
don't
the other
have to
thing.
like
yeah.
verbally explain what's going on, as long as the visuals like really hammer home what's going on. But the visuals are done in such a way, it's like a jerky cam or like things are happening. It's like they cut either as it's happening or
Yeah.
before it's over and is finished happening. And like
Yes.
there's like very little, like they either do one of two things. The establishing shot is 2 minutes long or there isn't one.
Yeah, I just recently watched the new James Gunn Superman movie, and I really appreciated that they were like, you know what, people pretty much know Superman's story going into becoming Superman, so we'll just give him like a quick few things of text, and that's all we really need, and we'll just throw you right into the story. And I actually really appreciated that with that. But with this, I felt like I was missing some pieces.
So
Like when the Slayers are killed, I was like, why are they turning into like weird creatures and going
Or
into the sand?
I love the
yeah, and they never follow up on that. They don't tell you about it.
Yeah.
Like
so
when the
Did I
seer,
miss something? I was asking. I was going to ask her, did I miss something with that?
yeah,
because they're
yeah,
beasts. It's a beast. They're aliens. So it's just
okay,
how they
but
are.
Yeah, but you're not
But
really killing them then, right?
or like take
well,
more
you're
time to show like the worm coming out of them and like you actually see more of it
that
instead
would
of like
cost
it
money.
was basically, well, I know, but still like instead of having it where the guy falls and then all of a sudden something like darts out of his head and immediately goes into the ground, like just take a little more time, especially just once. All you have to do is just once where like the thing kind of like slithers around and you visually understand, oh, there's like a worm in there, and then when they're killed it like abandons the armor,
Do you
which
know how I
kind of
watched this?
explained why they were so rigid. Like the guys in the armor were so rigid. Like, do they know they can duck for cover,
Well,
or they
I think
look?
it was just because they're trying to make it. I think they're supposed to be like a spawn of the beast in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
but
but
they don't tell you that.
do you know how I watched this movie as a kid?
on HBO.
No. I was at a friend's house and he popped in a Betamax.
All
Oh,
right.
That's
there we go.
so
There we go.
I don't know
Yes,
what
I'm the most curious what you thought about this movie watching it as an adult, Andrew, because I had no nostalgia for this, and
oh
I'm really curious if I had nostalgia for this, if I would how I would feel watching this again.
I think it's I'll when I get into the rating,
Yeah,
I'll get into
Okay.
that
I
because
but
feel the
this,
exact same way Johnny feels. Like I was like, I could see if I saw this as a kid and liking it,
I
how I would hold it in regard, but
yeah,
not having any correlation with this and then revisiting it. Because this has been recommended to me numerous times and it's been in my watch list for a while, which is kind of funny that this edged this on because I think it's leaving Tubi in like 5 days.
yes.
it
But
is. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so
Bingo's
it just
back
gave me the
though, everybody.
nudge to watch.
Just want to let
Yeah.
everybody know Bingo's back.
No, that's a
So
movie. I
there's-
love
Yes.
Bingo.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to find
yeah.
a physical copy of it.
yeah.
But
It's just a curious movie. I gotta say, like the whole time I was watching it, I was legit trying to think, do I like this movie or not? And I still don't think I know.
I so this I don't even think I was maybe 10. I don't even think I was 10. I was at like I would say a family friend's house type deal. Like my mom was friends with like we were at like my mom's friend's house. They have kids, so it's by association we're friends. And the one friend popped this in and he was like, "Hey, we're gonna watch Crawl." And I don't even know if I remember if he sat there and watched it with me or I was just being a hyper little asshole and they were like, "Hey, sit down and watch a movie." And I watched this and I was captivated as a kid. And I could see how I was captivated as a kid because
Yeah,
as a kid, you don't need logic or anything else
yeah,
in a
just
movie
yeah.
as long as you see something that represents things that you like. I didn't know about Lord of the Rings. I knew about Star Wars, but this has a lot of
Now the
elements in it.
first of all,
Right.
did you play any of the video games?
I just ordered it. I have it.
Yeah,
I
for,
played it
for
on
Atari will.
RetroPie. I just ordered it for my Atari 2600. It should be here
There you
next
go.
week.
It
Uh,
actually looks pretty fun. I ain't gonna lie.
I did not know about the arcade game
The arcade
until
game looks sweet.
I started watching a great show called Starcade on YouTube, the first arcade video game show. And I started watching that, and I was like, they made an arcade game out of this? This is crazy. And the arcade game does look really good. But you know what got me for the arcade game when I was watching it is my memory's so shaky on this. So your first stage in the arcade game, you have to collect the 5 pieces of the glaive, which we'll
Yeah.
get into when we get into the plot. And I was like, wait a minute, there's only 3 pieces to the glaive. Yeah, well, I'm glad I watched this again because I was like, oh, why do I only remember 3 pieces for some reason of the glaive? But there was five
Now,
pieces of the glaive.
I also want to point out, I don't think this movie is part Star Wars, part Lord of the Rings. I think this movie is way more Star Wars than anything else, and I'll say that because I felt as I was watching this that this movie was just a handful of Ewoks away from being another movie that we watched recently for this show that
Oh
we reviewed.
no,
Yes,
no,
yes, it's
no.
very similar,
Next year we're watching
and
the other one.
and uh and like I really wanted to like the Goofy character, but I don't know, like I
Well,
was on the fence about him. He seemed a little weird with that
Ergo,
kid.
Ergo, Ergo the Magnificent.
Yeah,
I think
He did have my favorite line of the film. I will give that character that. But
yeah.
yeah,
Cyclops is
like
probably my favorite character of all this,
okay.
not just of the X-Men, but of this movie as well.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And in
Ergo.
fact, I thought Will was wearing a Krull shirt at first because I only saw the top eye of his shirt, and I thought it was a Cyclops character.
Oh, the Cyclops is
That would
great.
have been sweet, sweet
Yeah,
symmetry. Is that
but
that would have been great.
there are a lot of people in this movie that I didn't recognize that did stuff later. Uh, like one of the guys, one of the robbers or whatever that they joins them. You know, the one who's always complaining about that they're doing this and he hates it. He was in one of my favorite James Bond movies, one of the Pierce Brosnan ones, Goldeneye. Uh, I thought that was pretty sweet. And of course, we already talked about Liam Neeson. We know what all he's done.
And Hagrid.
But yeah. But all the guy, a lot of the actors there had pretty decent careers,
Because they just
except for the main guy.
yeah, they said this kind of crushed him.
Yeah.
He was going. They said he was going somewhere at this point because he just did that Marco Polo miniseries, and they were like, "Oh, he's pretty cool." And then all of a sudden, he just never,
Yeah, kind of.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
probably because his beard was too finely trimmed.
never went,
Be just slightly messy. Just make it just a little messy.
never went really
Yeah.
quite anywhere, except for an episode. He did do an episode of In the Heat of the Night the same year he did Baywatch,
Oh,
and he
that's a
was. Oh, it's come full circle. He was in 9 episodes of Deep Space Nine, the most underrated Star Trek series of all time.
we're overrated because I hear about it all the time and it gets on my nerves.
Oh, it's so great.
I hate to tell you, but that captain is not better than Captain Kirk, and I will fight on that deal.
I don't think he's better than Captain Kirk, but I think he's probably number 3. If we ever had to have this conversation, I'll get into it. But let's let's talk about
I like Pike.
which one.
Yeah, there's multiple.
All the Pikes. The one in the chair.
I was gonna say that reminds me of Don Salamanca from Breaking Bad. Bing, bing, bing. But
Yeah.
good old Krull released. This was a summer. You got to think about what this was going up against too. And 83 is pretty jam packed here.
Yeah, Octopussy.
July 29th, 1983. Runtime 121 minutes. A budget. Wikipedia saying it's anywhere between 27 to 30 million dollars. In the box office, made a whopping $16.9 million. I do gotta say this does have a deep cult following as well. But starts off with the narrator, starts telling us a prophecy that this is probably one of the most cliche movies ever made, too. King of there's a they king and a queen rule the world, and their son will rule the galaxy. So pretty much the beast invades planet Krull. This took me. I thought so as a kid, I thought the glaive, which is the weapon, was Krull. And I
I
don't
thought
know.
the monster was Krull.
No, the monster's the beast. The planet is Krull. I
No, we were.
listened.
No,
I
they didn't
listened.
spell that out very well at all.
They do say Planet Krull. It's just real brief.
Oh, I
Maybe you
didn't
want
catch
to,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe if it's the name of your film, you want to elaborate on it just a
Yeah, in
little
fact,
bit
the whole
more.
time I was thinking, who's Krull?
I
I thought the
listened.
main guy
Yeah.
was Krull, but then they
No,
said his name and it's not Krull. I was very confused.
No.
no. One guy said naming this movie Krull is like taking a movie of World War II and naming it Earth.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, or Europe.
So we got Planet Krull is invaded by an entity known as the Beast and his army of Slayers. That's a cool name. I did enjoy the name of the Slayers, who travel the galaxy in a mountain-like spaceship called the Black Fortress. Prince Colin must marry, and Prince Lissa plan to marry and hope to not unite two kingdoms, even though their parents are not happy with it. And I did not.
Do they have parents besides dads? They just got dads.
Well,
Yeah, just a couple of dads.
I think you just need the dads there. This is kind of a medieval thing. Ladies need
Yeah,
to
but it's
away.
like the one it was like taking place at Princess Lissa's kingdom.
Yeah.
So wouldn't her mom be there unless she's dead? Maybe she
She's
just
probably dead. Maybe the beast.
probably for having a daughter. Yeah, they probably killed her for having
They
a daughter.
probably did. And I did not realize this as a kid, and every time I watched it, where they were like, "How come you didn't send men? We sent 300, and they all got slaughtered, and that's what you have left. How far away is that kingdom?"
Mm.
Did you
Not
not?
that far.
Did you not catch that when they sent them to when the prince arrived there, our hero?
It was like the Oregon Trail. They tried to like go over the river, forage
Oh,
through the river, and some of them
Yeah.
got carried away. Some of
Oh,
them got was it diphtheria that you always get? Tuberculosis?
yeah,
the
dysentery.
dyslexia.
Dysentery, that's the
Did you
one.
say
Yeah.
dyslexia?
No, diphtheria. I don't even know what diphtheria is.
I did say
Yeah.
Oh no, I
dyslexia.
think Johnny said
I did. I
dyslexia.
was trying to throw that in, see if everybody
Oh,
caught
okay. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Well, dyslexia would make sense. They didn't read the right
Yeah.
signs on
yeah,
how to get
it.
there.
If I get diphtheria, I'll probably lead to dyslexia.
Yeah, there
I'm
you
pretty
go.
sure
Got a
there's
lot of
something.
problems.
You could get that. That's what they call dyslexia on crawl.
Yeah, diphtheria.
But as they're getting married, the Slayers attack before the wedding is completed, devastating the native crawl armies and
I
wounding.
wouldn't say devastate. Like
They
the princess
bombed.
when when the princess sees her dad die, she's like, ah, whatever. I'm good. Like it's
Yeah,
glazed
she
over
wasn't
so
near as.
quickly.
I
Maybe
would also argue. I keep forgetting. I want keep on call him Kroll. But when his dad gets killed,
Howland.
yeah, when his dad gets killed, he is slightly affected by it,
Yeah,
Well, he yells
ever
out.
so slightly.
He was like Darth Vader at the end of Revenge of the Sith. He just yelled out no, and then he it distracted him, and then he got shot in the shoulder.
I swear that was the only way I could tell that movie had Hayden Christensen in it. That I was staring at my phone when I was talking to you guys that day.
Yeah.
Staring at my phone. Wife is watching some movie, and all I heard was no. Like
Yep.
no, not the Darth Vader no, but like no, that whiny Anakin no, and I'm like, is that Hayden Christensen? And I'm like, oh my goodness, it is.
Yes, it is.
So Colin is wounded, and his future bride to be is kidnapped.
Captured. Yeah.
Yep. Enter in Obi-Wan character. I forget what his name is. I can't even.
Obi. I think it was Obi.
Was it Obi? He comes in.
I think it's Torquil, isn't it?
No, it's the one with the Y. The your
Oh,
or whatever.
it's yeah, it's Y
The old
and
one.
YR.
Yeah, we'll call him the old one.
Yearner.
And he felt like
I think it's Yearner.
yeah, so it is something like that. Like there's no
Yearner.
vowels in
Yeah.
his name. I felt like he has speaking of facial hair, I feel like his is like mine when I really try to grow it out, and I can't ever grow out great facial hair.
Yeah, he's very patchy. I
Yeah.
liked his beard because I could tell it was a beard. It was a little messy. But to combat Johnny's statement that he doesn't have a vowel in his name, we all know that sometimes, and in this particular case, Y can be a vowel.
Yeah, but that's at the end.
That was at the beginning.
Sometimes Y.
INRY. How did he spell his
It's
name?
YNYR.
YR,
There we go.
Yeah.
the old one.
So it's Yearner.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
yearns for the Spider Lady. Whoops, sorry, spoiler.
Whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
wow.
whoa, whoa! That was I don't remember that. When we get
That would have creeped me out as a kid. They did a great job with the special effects in that spider. I will say.
Mind you, folks, if you watch this, it was 1983, so much left to be
Yeah,
desired
the
as far as the
special effects
special
are
effects
not,
go.
or I would dare say, not on the Star Wars level here.
not the best.
No.
So the old one nurses him back to health just out of no like how did he know that he needed to go there? That was my other thing as an adult. Like as a
Yeah.
kid,
Doesn't
whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, I think he
As an
said
adult,
something about like he heard the calling that he had to leave his cave.
Oh, so he did kind of like an Obi-Wan type deal.
sort
Yeah, and
of.
he made
Yeah,
a yelped scream
it's
thing.
very obvious that's the comparison they were trying to make with him.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
Colin's the Luke Skywalker and he's the Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
So he tells him that the beast can only be defeated. And I thought this was even so as a kid that once again, this all made sense. But then all of a sudden at this part, he just tells Colin, he's like, the beast must be defeated with the glaive, an ancient magical five-pointed that I used to think was three, weapon resembling a throwing star with retractable blades. So they got to retrieve it from the cave. So he retrieves it from the cave, but I don't know, for some reason I thought that should have been longer and a little bit more well explained than him just
Well,
hey
that's the whole
go
movie.
he was like well yeah I know that's the theme of the movie but
Yeah.
like he's just like go up to the cave,
Yeah.
doesn't
He
tell
acted
him how
like
to get it, he just
yeah,
says if
and
you
he also acted like this was a really like this is a life or death thing. He's gonna get killed
yes
doing this. And don't get me wrong, it's a hard climb. But he climbs up his mountain and basically just gets it. That's literally what happens.
yeah he just
Well,
reaches
was it? I took it as like because when he reaches in, he sees the shape. He reaches in, his hand catches fire.
yeah
So I took it as like that was because in the ceremony they do that thing where it's like take the fire and I can give the fire to my husband.
Yeah,
So
the
I took
flame
it as
thing.
like
oh because
like anyone else if they would have reached in there they would have just combusted. Like he had the special touch for that
Which I
starfish.
would have liked if they would have said that. I don't remember them saying
Yeah,
that, Eric.
they
but
don't.
they
This is
don't
just my interpretation. Like I think
yeah
that's what they were
you
trying
have
to
to
imply.
This
But a
movie
lot of
does that a
this is
lot.
show
Yeah.
poorly and don't tell.
you have
Yes.
to interpretate a lot in this movie and
Yes.
kind of
You
have
do.
to
Yeah.
dig stuff up as it goes. Because like right here, like this is the weapon that's supposedly gonna like save their planet, and he
Oh,
gets
and
it
spoiler
within
alert, it
five
doesn't
seconds.
kill the beast. Just spoiler alert.
5 seconds, and then also the
Well,
spoiler word with the fire too, because that's a whole nother thing at the
Yeah.
end.
The
as
fire's what
well.
actually does it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But the other thing that's weird
Well,
too is like
love.
he's
I'm sorry,
holding
it was
on to
love.
it, and like all the points come out, and the one point would have totally stabbed him right through the hand.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but it
I
just
kept thinking
doesn't.
this was way more dangerous than a lightsaber, and I thought lightsabers were pretty dangerous.
No,
Yeah, this is a dumb weapon. Just dumb.
I did,
Just
How you
the
gonna
guy
catch
that I
that?
was listening,
There's no way you're catching that without ripping your fingers off.
the guy that I was
Before it comes
listening
back to
to, because I wanted to see if other people felt the same way that I kind of did about this movie, and so I was listening to what was so, I forget what his name was, but he was spot on with stuff, and he was making fun of this. He was like, "Oh, can't use a laser sword. That's been done before. We can't have him walking around with a spear. That's going to be awkward and clumsy. So
Yeah.
why not we just get a giant shuriken and and have him use that?" And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, because if they would have had anything else, it would have
Well,
been not.
the Slayers literally have sticks that shoot lasers out of them.
Yeah, because that was the
yeah.
other thing that he said was, how come nobody ever picks those up? But they try and make it so the only thing that he could come up with, and it did make sense, is that that technology is just so far advanced.
Well,
The
they're also
people
the only
crawl.
ones who have like a projectile
Yeah,
weapon. Like they should have been cleaning up on these good guys. They should
well,
have
they
just
did.
killed them
They
left and right.
killed everybody in the castle.
But I'm talking about later on too, though.
Yeah, but
A lot of those guys deserve to die.
the best character of the movie saves that day. Uh, the only one that I remembered, other than the main character and the Beast, is the one guy that I still think is the coolest. So he tells him that the Black Fortress, which as a kid, this seemed perfectly fine in my head too. But then at this, it was like you just had to throw this in. Proceeds to tell him as they set out to find the Black Fortress, but it teleports to a new location every
Yeah.
But you don't know, yeah, like why and how.
I don't. It's to just change their
Yeah,
Yeah.
place.
yeah.
But
All
as
right,
they,
as you
It's the
do.
power of the dark side.
as as they, the Death Star didn't do that, but the Death Star wish it did
The
that.
Death Star's in space; it can move around all at once.
Didn't work out too well 2 times.
That's
Nope.
very true. Well, the second time in their defense, they didn't actually finish building it. So
But it
maybe
was a
wasn't for
fully operational battle
I
station.
don't think it was. I think he was just trying to say that to sell it.
Just aesthetically, it wasn't finished. It was good to go. It just had
It
to,
it
put
was-
some
I don't think.
drywall up.
I think there was. I think they were cutting some corners.
I think it was one of those things where, like, as a kid, you want to play with something, and your parents got to put it together, and they just didn't put the decals on, and they're like,
Yeah.
I'll put it on later for you.
Yeah, well, they didn't put any railings in.
Yeah, things like that. See.
Yeah.
So they, as they travel, Colin and the old one join up with the magician, Ergo the Magnificent. All right,
That's not
this
his full name. What's his full name? His full title?
Yeah, you gotta say the whole thing.
the
Yeah.
Magnificent.
No, he had a full name.
Dude, that's all I got out of him. Was Ergo the Magnificent. And this is
Yeah, he had a lot of names. Yeah.
this was the best
Yeah.
exchange in the movie when he talks about the disagreement with a guy in a gooseberry pie sitting on his windowsill. And then Colin's like, "Do you think he just wanted to eat it then?"
Yeah,
Then he turned into a goose.
he
Yeah,
sure did.
turned into a
Yeah.
lot of things. And why?
Yeah.
I hated the spell things that he needed.
Yeah, like he had
Yeah,
an
and
illegal. Yeah,
I think
would've
the
liked it
goose
better
is
if
the
he
only
could just-
time. I think the goose is the only time we kind of see the transformation. Every other time, it's just like you see him, then you see the animal.
Yeah, Yeah.
Money.
Yeah, I get it. I get why they did it. I'm happy they at least showed us the transformation once.
Well, that's all they had to do to keep
Yeah.
it.
So you see how that worked, but the damn slug people didn't. Just show it to us once.
yeah. Just show
I
us
lo-
once.
I love
Yeah.
that part. Even as a kid, I just loved it. I was just like,
Yeah. So yeah, Ergo he runs away, right? But then
Yeah.
he says, "I'm not gonna go with these bozos." And then he sees the one-eyed monster just sitting there in the forest, minding his own business.
It wasn't Big
It's not-
Dick Ugly. I didn't know he was in this.
Yeah, he sure was.
It wasn't some guy out there with his wiener out. It was a cyclops.
It was a cyclops. He was just sitting there, and yeah, he goes, "Well, I remember I have pressing matters this way." And he
Yeah.
goes, "Oh yes, and what's
This
that? To survive or to
Oh, by the
live?"
way,
Yeah.
the Cyclops is. I really was like, man, they're giving us like a deep story
Yeah.
behind him. Like it's a tragedy where they're betrayed, and instead of being able to see the future, they can only see their own demise, like what's going to
Which
happen.
they never bring to its full.
That's what I was going to
potential.
say.
They
Like,
do.
I'm saying the setup.
No,
is
they
great.
don't.
Yes.
No,
Okay.
they-
Okay.
So
When
he
we
gets-
get to that point,
we'll
I
get
will
one-
point
yeah,
it out. I will
No,
point
he
it
says
out.
it out of nowhere. Is what Will's getting at.
Yeah,
I didn't even hear him say it.
He does say it.
He
but
does
it's out of
say it.
nowhere.
Like I'm,
Yeah.
I'm picturing like
because that's what
when
makes
we get there, we'll get there.
It's
Yeah.
when they get to it's at the when they get the horses. That's all. That's the hint I'm giving you.
Yeah, no. So, and then this is where they get the nine thieves and fighters. Who, the one guy gets annoying with the catchphrase with the phrase at every turn of "Only the king and the lord's marshal has that key," because they. Gold Collins got the key from the necklace from his father that he gave him, where he could unchain the thieves, and then he was like, "Don't unchain me until we're done."
Yeah, which I kind of dug that. I thought that was
Yeah.
kind of like a novel idea, but like you could clearly tell when they introduce these guys who's gonna live and who's gonna matter and who's gonna not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like a lot of these guys, I couldn't even tell you what they look like or their names.
To
Even
the
the
point-
ones that had screen time, I'm like,
To the-
oh, like I just called the one Qui-Gon and the one Hagrid.
to the
I'm
point
sure most
where,
people are gonna.
To the point where like it didn't dawn on me that was Qui-Gon until his death scene. I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
curious. Because I was trying to figure which one's Liam Neeson.
Oh, he
yeah,
was
that one.
like right there. The minute they
No,
showed,
yeah. The minute
he
they
came
showed him,
out
like,
from
ah,
behind
there
that
he is.
rock, I was like, there he is.
I didn't notice it at all until he died.
Oh, he was very noticeable to me the minute
He
I
didn't do
saw him.
anything in this movie except for having like a bunch of wives.
Yeah. So they seek out to find the Emerald Seer and his apprentice, Twitch. The Emerald Seer, who uses a crystal to view where the crystal fortress will teleport next, but the beast crush it. This is pretty much a blind old guy, uh, but the beast crushes it with magic. His emerald crystal that he uses to try and see the beast interferes and
Yeah.
crushes.
By the way, this movie, they go on this whole trek to find this guy,
Yeah,
and basically by the time that's sorted out, they did that for nothing.
yeah,
Pretty much, yeah. Although you do get the Titch character who stays,
yes.
he's a
Yeah,
pretty
but
good
what does he do?
character.
He's a kid.
Well, no, it
But
kind of I
he's
feel like Titch humanized Ergo, and this is my favorite line of the film when they're meeting each other, and Ergo like gives him his full regalia of an introduction,
Yeah.
and then the little boy looks at me and goes, "Well, I'm Titch," and he goes, "Well, as one gets all grows, they'll earn their names, and but Titch is satisfactory for you."
Yeah.
yeah. See,
Yeah, I thought that was a fun little moment. So.
I love the next part. So they go out to find the crystal temple where they can use the magic. The magic is more powerful, and the beast can't get to it. And then they can figure this all out. But they must
And they
go
can figure out
through.
where the castle's going to be. Yeah.
Yep. They must go through the swamp where, and this is where they get attacked by the Slayers once again, and quicksand.
Yeah, this was a terrible setup with the
The
Slayer
quick.
attack and the quicksand. I'm like,
This was like,
as I was looking at it, I'm like, that's quicksand.
yeah, this was like my favorite part of
It's
the.
always like you remember the Andrew will know this, like in old video games, if there was a wall and there's something you're
Yeah,
supposed to find, like one block would be a little different from the other blocks, and it just
Yeah,
stands out if you just gotta look at it. Yeah.
tracks in Zelda.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But this is also where the beast he gets a little crazy, a little trickery of the beast as he switches out the does like a whole changeling thing with the Emerald Seer, and then he attacks Colin and stuff, but then they kill him. The
Well, the Cyclops
changeling,
saves the
yeah,
day. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
as you can see him. So now they're completely lost. They got
I
caught.
did love that action scene of the Cyclops running through the swamps.
Yeah.
Tell him, but
Yeah.
pumping those arms, just
He
Cyclops
is
going off.
he's the
He rules.
best character in this whole
Yeah, I
thing.
love him. Yeah, he's my
That
favorite.
was even as he is the one character I remember the most as a kid. Like a lot of this stuff, I kind of was like, oh yeah, okay, now I'm remembering it. But I
Yeah.
always remember that Cyclops.
And he can see a
Now,
lot with his 20 vision.
And he wasn't in
Yeah.
love with a woman named Jean, so it was very interesting for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do have to ask you this though. As far as a battle of the bowl cuts, who's got a better one, the Cyclops or the little kid?
Ooh,
Oh. Oh.
maybe
Guy Gardner.
Yeah, like the Cyclops is pretty much straight on with Guy Gardner's bowl cut.
yeah, it was. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Cyclops because I feel like the kids was forced. Maybe that's like what he had to do to become.
And the kids was like
President.
more like straight around, where like the Cyclops, he had to make room because he had bangs and they were hanging in his eye, so he had to kind of chop them a little bit, so it kind of hung down like doggy ears on the other side.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of oh gosh, from Kingpin, that character's
Oh,
bowl cut.
the Randy Quaid's character, the Amish guy,
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Randy Quaid from Kingpin.
Yeah, that kind of haircut.
I remember that. Yeah. Took me a minute to you said Kingpin. I was thinking like from Marvel. I was like, no. You mean the movie Kingpin. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, the great bowling epic.
Still remember. Don't worry, Johnny. I got the best January 6th story ever when Matt was like, "Did you see what's happening?" You see, when he was like, "Did you see what's happening? Hear what's happening in DC?" And I'm like, "What are they shutting down? Are they getting rid of everything?" And he's like, "It's like Washington D.C." I'm like, "Oh, I thought you meant the comic book."
Yeah, that's the only one that matters.
Yeah.
Thought you
That
meant-
one's
that's
that was
where
more
I-
important to me.
that's where my head was at the minute he said DC was.
Yeah.
Oh man, are they shutting everything down?
What about Batman?
Yeah, like Batman, Superman are going away. Ignorant is bliss, people. Ignorance
It
is
really is. People get mad at me for being ignorant, but it's a pretty
it's
great place to
wonderful.
be.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. I've done it. It's beautiful.
I
My
love it.
quality of life has improved.
Yeah.
But you know whose hasn't? Colin.
That's right.
No,
Yeah.
no,
having a tough time.
he sure is. He's got friends with him though. At least he's got
Yeah.
that.
Now, guys, this just means that their only way of finding where this castle is going to be is gone now, right? Oh, no, that's not true at all. There just happens to be yet another way.
Yes, the Lady of the Web, who used to be
Yeah.
married to the old one, and they go and they seek her out in there. But then another changeling.
A Madam Web, if you will.
Yeah, the changeling. No, this movie, I think. Another changeling is instructed by the Beast to seduce Colin because he's also got the princess, and he's trying to get the princess to marry him.
Yeah,
him and the Beast.
To what end?
I don't know. So,
yeah, why does he need to marry her? They don't
I
actually.
guess to try and end everything. Because if he can't kill him and they end up
I thought he wanted to rule everything, not end it. I mean, if you're ending it, what are you going to rule?
I don't know. To end the prophecy. Because the whole prophecy is her and Colin gets married, they have the son, he rules everything.
Which to me, I mean, what if their son's a dick?
That's the chance you're just gonna have to take.
Yeah.
But yeah, he tries to get the old seduction going on there, and
doesn't work.
No, does not work at all. And then the old one says, "We got to go find the widow of the web."
Yeah,
and that is the enchantress that the old one loved long ago, but was exiled to a layer of crystal spider fur. I'm just gonna.
It's a crystal spider. Yeah.
But for why was she banished there? Because she killed
their only
son. Killed her son. Yeah. She murdered the hell out of him. But you know what? Urine, he was cool with it. It's like, great, no child support payments. So awesome.
No, he didn't even know though.
But he didn't even care when he found out that the kids were killed.
That's why
no, he didn't. He gave
a
look of
little
like,
bit. There was a little bit.
It was okay. I've seen that look when when my kids like, hey, where's my leftovers from dinner last night? Oh, I ate them. You ate them, Dad? Hmm? That's the you ate my leftovers look.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Will here. His reaction was a little bit muted.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
first of all, you find
out you had a son in the first place. Then, oh, by the way, I murdered him.
And it's because she couldn't bring herself to murder him. What kind of monster just murders their own kid?
She hated him that much, man.
That's half you. That doesn't punish him. That's going to punish you. And then you're cursed. And now you're going to live in this little cocoon surrounded by this crazy large albino spider.
Which was actually pretty good.
Yeah, the spider was out of the special effects, I think the spider's what they did the best with.
Yeah, I agree.
But she does end up telling him where the castle or the Black Fortress is going to be. But then she also gives him the enchanted hourglass to keep the crystal spire at bay. But he only has so much time, and when that sand runs out.
Oh, by the way, he has to hold the sand in his hand.
Yeah.
As he's got to go back. He's got to go across these webs, basically one-handed. So he's going to drop sand everywhere. He's got to climb down the mountain from which he came, while just grasping as much of the sand as he can. There's no way he got back with any sand at all.
He did, though.
You know what I would have done?
He did.
You know what I would have done? He's an idiot. He was wearing gloves, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Put the sand in the glove.
He had some kind of pocket somewhere, right?
Maybe it has to drain, though.
But why?
She never says that. She just says when it runs out is all she says. So the trick here is to not let it run out.
But he gets there. He gets the information out.
As he's dying.
Yeah, then he dies.
You just need... That's the dramatic point. That's the Obi-Wan moment.
Yeah, but it had it could have been so easily avoidable.
Which is
Obi-Wan could have got on the Falcon.
Which is better, this or Obi-Wan getting
He was
sliced
tired.
and turning into clothes?
He was tired. Obi-Wan, am I correct on this? Could not have
Obi-Wan
been
turned into
like, I'll
clothes.
get you later, Vader.
Yeah.
Maybe Vader someday later. But right now, just a
He
small
could have
part.
got on the Falcon.
That thing smelled. You know Chewie was ripping farts in there.
You know how far away
I
that was
just
from where he was
destroyed
at?
everything you're trying to backtrack because I just
No. Or
No, but I'm saying like
or
you're
they're
in.
both stupid. Have we ever
Yeah,
thought
they
about
could
that?
be. Like
Both of
you
these are
ever
stupid.
you ever like go to the beach, right? This is the analogy I'm gonna use. You ever go to the beach
Yeah.
and you walk around with flip flops on?
You
That's
got sand?
open.
Yeah.
The sand is in those flip flops.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
loose, but you're still carrying around that sand. Take the sand, pour it into the glove as you're wearing it, and you're not going to drop all that sand. You're going to have one or two grains that are constantly in that glove.
And I
you're
will
always
argue
alive.
even more, pocket. Put it in a pocket. He had baggy clothes. He had a pocket.
maybe
No, you can
gotta get
shake
out of
pockets out though. You can't get. You put sand in a glove. There's always going to be sand in that glove.
So, but what happens if he drops the glove? Does that equal dropping the sand?
Yes, so don't drop the glove.
Yeah.
So, but what happened? That's really tricky to get out of that web.
But what if the glove doesn't fit?
Then
Then
you
you
must
must
have quit.
quit. Yeah, and then he dies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as long as make sure you don't take your
Then you go on a
arthritis
white
medicine
Bronco chase.
and and make sure that you put another glove on before you put the other glove on. Two gloves.
Yeah, double glove it. Yeah.
Double glove. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a bra. It's got to be tight to the skin.
Yeah.
Like a glove.
So speaking of white Bronco chases, they find out where it is, and then the Cyclops is like, "Hey, the fire mirrors, which are just Clydesdales, which
Just regular horses.
the fire mirrors
Who
could
do
get
have
you there today."
do have fire come out of their hooves from a distance, but not right up close.
Yeah,
No.
And
Yeah.
only when it's needed.
and this is the point where the Cyclops says, after they wrangle him in, he says, "I cannot go. It's my time."
Yeah, but he says it out of nowhere. He doesn't lead to it at all. They've gathered all the horses.
He doesn't want to be a downer, maybe.
And they're like, I guess, but that's maybe something you should tell people. Like, hey,
Yeah, but
I can't go in this. But it's also a lie because he shows up.
Yeah.
And his death is worse than what it was going to be. He has the worst death of this movie. He's literally squished to death.
He wanted to. Maybe he felt family again, though. Maybe he felt connected, and that's.
Oh, he's the hero of this movie. Like, no doubt.
Can I ask another
But if
question?
I found out when I was gonna die, okay, would you really want me to just be like, "Hey, I'm dying on this day, guys"?
So I took it as like he saw his own death.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting like this Holdor moment from like Game of Thrones, where it's like he's going into this knowing it's his death.
Yeah.
And like the caravan of courage, if you will, they're like, oh, no, come on, man, we got to get out of here. And then hit like a moment where he looks at them and he goes, "No, you guys go. I know this is my time. I will sacrifice myself for you.
Yes.
I knew this was going to happen."
More.
But there was nothing. It was just like, oh, he gets squashed. They're trying to stop it, and he's like, "Go!" I don't even know if he says go. They just let this character get squashed to death. Which I agree, it's like the worst death in the whole, as far as like gruesomeness. It reminded me of like Jurassic World, where like Eddie Carr's like the nicest guy, but he has the worst death in the entire franchise because he's ripped in two by two T-Rexes. Like that's not justifiable. Like that character death should be held for like a villain, not like one of the most likable characters in your film.
It should mean something.
Yes. I don't have a problem like, if he does get squished. If he would have been like, "Hey guys, guess what? I knew this is how he was gonna die, and I still followed through with it because I want to help you guys," which would then make it more impactful because it's such a terrible death that he's just accepting it because he knew that's what was needed to save Krull.
I think he was supposed to die another way, but he went there anyways because he felt something. This is what I pictured in my head. Like he knew he was gonna die.
Again, the movie's making you do this without actually telling.
Yes, but this is what I'm just trying to tell you.
I know.
You already sprained the illogical. You got to kind of think of what you're gonna go through with this. Yeah. So, in my mind, in that whole point, like when they storm the castle and they get in and he holds the door for him. I felt like he was like, I can't go. I'm gonna die because they even mentioned that if he doesn't accept his fate, it's gonna hurt even more, which he gets crushed by that door.
Yeah, how do you hurt?
Okay,
Yeah.
but so that's probably he was probably like, you know what? I can't let these guys down. They need me. So
See that would
I'm
have been it.
willing to accept
They needed
the
one more
death.
scene. They needed one
Yeah.
more scene, cutting back to him before he runs to the castle
Well, we're
of
not.
him saying, I know, but I'm telling you, this is what would have fixed it for me. It's just him, like, just him contemplating that all out. It's like, if I just die here, it's going to be way less painful.
Mhm.
But my friends, my new family, per se, need me. I'm going to run out and save them no matter what. And then that makes this sacrifice even more so because that death is so gruesome.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
trying to like think of a way like Lord of the Rings type death. Even I can't think of anything Star Wars. But
Well, it's like very different characters. But in the first Lord of the Rings movie, The Fellowship, Boromir becomes my
more
favorite because the whole time they're in the movie, you're like, man, I don't know about this guy. But at the end, he literally sacrifices himself and gets killed by like three giant arrows. It takes three giant arrows as he's trying to save Merry and Pippin, right? Like that's just such a heroic moment. It makes me love that character. He becomes one of my all-time favorites because of that. I just needed this Cyclops guy. Like, just go back to him. Just let him have this one little scene where he explains that, and it just makes this everything better. And I think Will would like it much better.
Yeah. Yeah. And he could have explained it to those two broads that showed up out of nowhere. Like, where'd they come from? I know we went over the spider web scene.
oh, where did they
Like,
come from?
yeah.
Because the one guy asked Liam Neeson about, don't you have a wife that lives here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
Because he's a
That does
traveler
happen.
with many wives.
But they never
Nah.
show anybody going out to get them
No.
at all. They
No.
cut back
It's
to them
like
and they're there. Yeah.
we rest here for the night, and like the next scene is like them with the bonfire, and then there's
Yeah.
this woman like serving them food,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
Yeah.
where the hell did this come from?
there's a lot of need to go back and
Yeah, just
insert
add
scene here.
one scene or one like thing of dialogue or just something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah. There's a definitely
Yeah, this movie makes you feel in some
right
holes.
even in the beginning. I think they needed a good like Lord of the Rings Hobbit sequence to
Yes.
actually
Yeah.
like tell you a little bit more of the backstory other
Yeah.
than the narrator
Yeah.
type guy.
Now, I think you can almost sort of argue that the first Star Wars movie just basically gives you a crawl at the beginning.
Yeah,
It just throws you into it. But that
that's
movie does a
crawl,
good job.
not cruel.
Yeah, correct.
Doesn't
Yes,
give
thank you.
us this.
I have a southern accent. I
No,
apologize.
I'm just being a
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I'm glad you. Yeah, yes, exactly. The words crawl on the screen slowly for you, but it does a decent job of building the world up as the movie goes.
yeah.
Right. I don't think I can say the same for this movie.
No. That's why I'm gonna kind of just speed it up right here because pretty much it's like every fantasy action sequence towards the end of a movie,
Oh
people
man.
die.
Oh,
Ergo
as
transform.
I wanted to bring this up as they're climbing into there, right before the Cyclops shows up, that one guy who always is like, "This is why are we doing this?" That's when he gets killed, and as he's
Okay.
dying, he goes, and as he's dying, he's like, "Oh, I can see why we did this." Like that comes out of nowhere. Like he doesn't have a single moment where that there is earned.
He could see why he's doing it because he's gonna go see Mr. Potter, and
Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
he's like, this
in
is going to
about
pave
20
the way
years.
for a lot of money.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see why I'm doing this with Liam Nielsen here.
And then the other guy, when the three of those guys are in that hallway with the spear or the what are those things? The sharp
Just
pointy,
spike spears, whatever you want to
yeah.
call them, coming out of the wall.
And like he drops his knife as he's getting out, and it's like, well, I gotta have this knife.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, they could have built it up like it's a family heirloom or something, or it
Yeah,
means something
yeah.
to him.
Why
But
do you
like,
need his
yeah,
knife so bad?
yeah, he
It's
just did. You needed it, and those spikes they would start and stop at a drop of a dime, no reason,
yeah,
no like just out of whim. They would just start and stop.
and it
The
does have the
only
coolest. This is the coolest Ergo moment where he turns into a
yeah,
tiger. That's pretty sweet.
yeah, and he saves Twitch there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's the best part of this, other than like the end where Colin finally breaches the dome, finds Alyssa. He attacks
now,
the
and how does he get into the dome? How does he get
with the
into?
glaive.
That takes
how long?
hours.
Yes,
Well,
This
this
like takes
ancient,
hours to cut into
ancient.
that thing.
It's an ancient weapon. It's going to take some time. We can't
I
just
got, I
dig
got,
our
I got a,
lightsaber into a door.
I got a theory here. Well, hang
Oh,
on.
here we go.
Oh,
Because we need theory. You need theories throughout every part of this movie.
this predates Crocodile Dundee by 3 years. So I was thinking our boomerang's real big at the time. This predates the boomerang
Yeah.
and the popularity in the States here. But this was also filmed in Europe, so maybe they were ahead of the time on us
Did I
with the
imagine this?
boomerang fad.
Didn't one guy just have a whip? Did I imagine this? Or
Yeah,
was
no, he did. And he
Yeah,
used
yeah.
it like every 5 seconds, more than Indiana Jones. At one point, I said in my head, we get it, you have a whip.
Yeah, yeah.
He's very proud of it.
I do love too, like when he throws the item to cut the film so he can
Yeah.
get to where the princess is.
Yeah.
Like he just holds his hand out like the whole time.
Yeah,
like he
like
throws
throw
it and like his hand just stays there the whole time.
Yeah,
I'm
is
like,
he
why is
controlling
it like?
it? Like,
Is
because
that
he
what
is,
it's
they don't-
doing?
that's what I'm guessing. Like he
We're guessing here, Will. We
Well,
don't
you
know.
have
so
to guess.
so if that's the case, when they have this brief shot where it shows like the outline of where it's cutting, I've seen toddlers with safety scissors cut paper in a more
How do we know
in
this
a
was
better
an
fashion than how he's
denser
cutting through this
material?
portal to
Now,
get to the princess.
I will say I do think he can sort of control it because cut to when it's in the beast body, he's trying to get it out and he is
Yeah.
moving it. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
Come out.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got terrible hand-eye coordination skills with that darn thing.
Well, not
Well,
everybody's an artist.
There
Will.
was never that Jedi. Here we go, right to start. There's never that Jedi training moment. Like
No,
once
he's
again,
just
if
like,
you
go
would have
get
went
this
No, but he
back,
does. But he does to Runner. Says, "Hey, thanks for training me as he's dying." Like he didn't
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah.
He just walked you to places.
yeah, there was no like training. Like Luke
Yeah.
got the lightsaber in A New Hope, okay,
Yeah.
but he never used it per se.
And Obi-Wan was training him. Like they have
Yeah.
scenes of him
Or
training.
that was it. When he did
Yeah.
use it, Obi-Wan was training him. Empire, we get more with
And then Yoda trains him.
Yoda trains him. Nobody.
Well, they kind of nip themselves in the butt too, and it doesn't make sense because I think Uriner says you can only use it once and you'll know when to use it. So like
Yeah, and he
there could have
uses
been
it
a whole
multiple
nice little
times.
thing, like they could have
Maybe
been
that's why I
throwing the
got
thing around like a father and son playing catch, and that's how they train. But you know what I mean? Like it just they kind of
And I would argue, Will, he uses it multiple times at the end.
yeah, he does.
because he's got to
Yeah.
get it into the beat. Maybe you can only use it one battle. Maybe that's what he meant to say.
But he doesn't even use it to battle. The first time he uses it is to save the princess.
Maybe you
There's
could
no battle there. It's just
No,
a battle with like
he
tissue
throws it
paper.
at some slayers. He throws
Does
it
he?
at some slayers. I feel like he does.
Oh, see, I don't remember him throwing at Slayers. I remember him like just being like, I'm at the like it's a video game where it's like I'm at the beast, switch inventory, glaive. But they so it like we said gets stuck in the beast, and then that's when Alyssa and Colin finish their wedding ritual because it's them together.
It's
Just
the
like the
love.
prophecy said at the beginning.
It's the love that kills the beast because the beast is not actually dead. What did you guys think of this beast design of the actual beast?
Actually, pretty cool. I thought
I
they
like the
should have
beast.
used it more.
I
Yeah,
like
Kinda
you
wasted.
don't really get a really good look at him overall, but what you did see was I was like, all right, yeah, he's a
when you
beast.
see him, I think it's a better reveal towards like the end type deal.
Yeah.
'Cause he's just kind of like the voice, and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden, as a kid, when you first see her in the Black Fortress, and it looks like an eye.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but as a kid, I thought that was like his eye.
Yeah, why is there an
Yeah,
eye
like
there?
Lord of the
I
Rings,
don't
Sauron.
know.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but I thought that was like his eye.
What
and she was in
what drug do you think the architect was on that designed this fortress?
I don't know, but he did a
I
great
like-
job because this thing takes hours to destroy itself. Like it takes a long time.
and it goes up to space.
Yeah, they had plenty of time to get out of that thing because it took it a long time to get destroyed.
I
It's
think
really well. They could have cut that down a little bit, and they could have cut down the scene of him getting into the area to save her down just a slightly bit, and they could have added that scene with the Cyclops. They could have put that in.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
this
I-
movie there's a lot of scenes in this movie that are either too short or too long. None that are just right.
I
And the director's like he did very famous movies before this. Like
he did Bullet.
He did Bullet, yeah.
Well,
But he
maybe you should
wanted,
have taken. Never mind.
but he wanted to do something different.
Yeah. Well, he
So
did.
once again,
So he did something
like we
bad.
were talking about with the wrestling moves and Nolan Ryan, stick to what you're good at.
Yeah, yeah. He goes, you know what? I've done some good movies. You know what I'd really like to do? A bad one. Here we go.
Everyone's gonna have one of those.
I don't know any of these movies that he's done since Krull.
Just, are you telling me it's all downhill after Krull? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, have you? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna go through each one of the movies. Have you heard of The Dresser?
I have one.
Have you heard of Ellie or Li?
I don't know. I'd have to see it.
Suspect?
Yeah, we've all been one there. Yeah.
The House on Carroll Street?
I don't live near there. I don't think.
The Innocent Man with Tom Selleck?
Hey, I know Tom
I'm
Selleck.
sorry, An Innocent Man? The Year of the Comet.
Oh no, that sounds
Oh,
bad.
wait. I think I might have heard of that one. Let me see. The Year of the Comet. Mm, I don't
Timothy
think so.
Daly? I have never heard of this one.
You're missing this one, though. Mother, Jugs, and Speed.
No.
Oh, sign me up.
Oh, that one? No, but that
That's
was
a great. That's
that
a
was
great
during
Friday
his
night
good
right
years. That was during his good years, though.
Yeah.
See, how do you go
Oh,
from
so that one looks.
Mother's Jugs and Speed to Krull?
Yeah. And Mother,
Yeah.
Jugs, and Speed. Sign me up. We got Raquel
Wait,
Welch,
what's
Harvey Keitel, Bill Cosby.
Oh, okay. I didn't see this one because the other one is Roommates, but I thought it was something different. And then his very last one was in 1998, and it was Curtain Call
No,
That's
that's
kind of it's kind of an appropriate
apropos.
last movie. Yeah.
with James Spader, very young.
Now, if your
Oh,
roommate
no, no,
was
no. He
was a mother with
2000.
drugs,
2000, he directed Don Quixote.
Okay,
yeah,
I see that on here. Yeah, he did some movie. Oh yeah, the TV. Okay, and then 2004, A Separate Piece.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
you don't do it with the other pieces.
Lived a long life. But that is Crawl. Everybody lives happily ever after. And
Well,
that,
Ugh.
yeah, they were
Except for
obviously
the
setting up.
viewer.
They're also setting up a sequel where like, hey, well now they're going to have the son. Oh, all right, we're going to get a movie with the son. No, I don't think it ever
I'm
happens.
actually shocked there wasn't a toy line.
I am too, actually.
That we got
Yeah.
video
Yeah.
games, but no toy line.
I think if this movie had come out in the later '80s, there would have been. I think early '80s, besides Star Wars,
No, because they
doing
had
the
Clash of the Titans.
yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, but they did do video games side and a
Black
comic book.
Hole, Johnny. The Black Hole has a toy line.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
enjoyed Black Hole more than I enjoyed
Flash
this movie.
Flash
I mean,
Gordon had the toy line.
Do you know what's crazy there? How you enjoyed Black Hole more than this is that you were sober and you watched the Black Hole and you
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
I was
Could you
sober and I
imagine
watched
it?
this too. What's wrong with me?
Yeah, I know, but could you imagine
This is
if you were
I'm
under
like a
the
guy on an airplane.
influence?
I'm like a guy on an airplane. This is gonna make me take up drinking again.
Yeah.
I don't know who wants to go first with their let's do characters first and then we'll do
Yeah.
the last one.
I think you're all want to be the Cyclops, right? That's who I
Yeah.
wanted. Yeah.
I don't know. Will would pick
Second place, Ergo, probably second place.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ergo. Like I liked Ergo. He strikes me as a fake it till you make it, and
Yeah.
then this whole journey has made it so he's actually like an accomplished magician.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
so I liked Ergo. I thought he was a good character. So I would go with Ergo.
Yeah, Cyclops or Ergo, or for me. Now
I wouldn't do the
this is
Cyclops strictly
Yeah.
because the horrific death. But the reason that I wanted to go with Ergo is because I'm a firm believer in the song that everybody wants to be a cat because the cat's the only cat that knows where it's at.
yeah. Speaking of which, out of all these characters, Will, which one would you want to do it with?
Well, yeah, that's why I was very pertinent about the age of a certain character in this film.
I would still argue like 19 is pretty young.
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually go with that sweet piece that Liam Neeson was laying pipe with.
I don't even know what her name was.
Her name in the movie was Marith. Something
There you
about
go.
that round spherical hairstyle she had going on.
Yeah, I
Sign
get it.
me up, Marith
I'd
all
be with
day.
I think I was going to say it was either going to be her or that lady that was with her that just showed up. It was actually
Yeah, but
not a
she was
good person.
possessed, so
She
that's
was a
half the
changeling.
beast.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was a beast. So I guess maybe because then she could change into whatever your heart desires.
that's what I'm
But
talking
then
about.
you're laying
Yeah,
it with
but
the beast.
that's what the slug thing would come out then.
Yeah.
He's
How
like
do
a
we know that?
spider.
Oh.
We don't know that.
But the thing is, she is a beast, and if you could imagine, she had two backs, so they could be laying the beast with two backs, with two backs.
Yeah,
So think about that.
I wonder what happened to
But
Liam Neeson if he ever did anything great.
well, 10 years later, he was saving a certain population for another terrible population, so he did pretty good for himself.
And then
yeah,
another 10 years he was trying to buy tricks.
Yeah,
yeah.
noting that he was not a child when doing so.
That's the best part of that whole entire movie. I don't care.
I agree. I
I
agree.
don't care what anybody says. That was the most genius thing Seth MacFarlane has ever come up with if he came up with that. That is the most ingenious. It- I don't know why,
It
but
is
it's
great. I'll never look at cereal the same.
so
You better not look at the cereal. You're not allowed to consume it.
yeah, it's for kids, Johnny. Jeez.
I'll eat tricks if I want it.
So
And every time I do, I look at Liam Neeson's picture.
I guess I'll one of you guys want to go next for the nice we'll
What are we
get
rating this out of? Glaives?
yeah,
I think
Glaves.
it's got to be Glades. Let's let Andrew go last since this was
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
pick. I can go. Uh, again, as I was watching this, I wasn't sure how I felt. I do think there's some elements of it that I like. I didn't absolutely hate this movie. I don't think it's the worst movie I've ever seen. Not close, but it's also by far nowhere near a good movie. So it's sort of right there, trying to rock it in the middle. I think out of five Glades, I'm going to give this. Oh, man, I really think it was missing a lot of stuff. It needed. I'm going to give it 1.5 Glades. But I'm not mad that I watched it. I'm not going to watch it again, but I'm not mad that I've seen it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Johnny on that. Like, this is a movie I've been meaning to watch. I'm never gonna watch this thing again. There are aspects of it that I did find endearing. The score was great. The environments are great. A couple of the times they use matte paintings are great. The sets not so much. Um, like when it's clearly a set that
Yeah,
they've built, you can
and the
totally
blue
tell. Oh,
screen.
this is a set versus this is like when they're actually in a physical location that exists in the real world. But yeah, I'd probably give this maybe like a two glaives out of five.
So rewatching this, I feel the same exact way when I watch this that I do with the Dark Crystal. It can be visually stunning, but there's a lot of stuff. Like we said, there's a lot of stuff that that gets missed out. And as an adult, logic always comes into play from when I was like an 8-year-old kid watching this, and it was just action and swords
Yeah,
and adventure. Like that's what grasped me as a kid was the straight adventure of this. The beast was, cool and everything else. This magical weapon known as the glaive. But then as I watched it again as an adult, it gets to the point where the logic comes in and I feel like it's on the same. Maybe the Dark Crystal is a little bit better because it's a lot of puppetry and that special effects is good. But I feel like like they wanted to go more, look what I can do instead of let's try and lay out a good story and then we'll try and work on the special effects later. It was more like, hey, we're gonna ramp this up. We're gonna just go straight out fantasy, science fiction. We're gonna do this. We're gonna ride the coattails of the Star Wars thing, and we're just gonna do it. And it just fell short. And I give it I give it three glaives. out of 5. I think
We
that's.
I also wanted to point out that all the fights in this movie suck.
Oh
I
yeah.
I like the fights. Maybe
They're not
because
good.
they still captivate me from a childhood aspect of it.
No,
But
I bet if I saw it from a nostalgia
I
standpoint, but
that first that first very wedding fight really got me, and then the swamp,
oh, I thought it
and
sucked.
all.
I was the
Oh,
core, like it's very slow,
well,
very. But in fairness, a lot of movies were kind of like that with their fights back then. But
I'm talking
like
about like
it's
as a kid when I watched it, like how he
yeah,
jumped
yeah, yeah.
onto like that fountain. You're like, oh
Oh, I
man,
mean, as a kid, I
that's
mean, you're right. I mean,
that's amazing.
when I first saw A New Hope, Star Wars, technically a lot of fights in that are not the greatest,
No, that's all.
but like you're a kid and you're like, oh, this is just so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't know any
Yeah.
better.
But
We
they
didn't
get
have
better. Those movies, the fights get better. I mean, the Luke Vader fight in Jedi, I think, is legitimately good
yeah,
uh,
but this
compared
one,
to anything in this for sure.
well, of course. I
It's
mean, I
night and
liked
day. Yeah.
the swamp fight, and then the first wedding thing was always the big thing from when I was a kid. I mean, now, like I
Yeah.
said, it's just there's too many plot holes. I
Yeah.
mean, to the point where Siskel and Ebert, I watched their review of it,
Oh, really?
and
Oh boy.
I bet they
it,
loved it.
I can't. I think it's Ebert's the one with the glasses, right? Or is that Siskel?
Ebert's the bigger guy,
Okay, tall or wide?
wider.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
So he was talking about it, and he didn't even know what exactly Krull was, that it was the planet. He did not refer to it as the planet that they were on. So I was like, yeah, okay. So I could see how this is confusing. And even if you watch it even more, it gets more confusing. But I would put this on for a kid that loves action and adventure. I mean, because that's what they would get. I feel that I got captivated by that. But the other thing about this too is we never went outside and said, "Hey, let's play crawl."
Good,
Yeah.
great point.
There was
Great
the
point.
other thing that kind of got
Yeah.
to me when as I'm thinking about this as well. I mean, this
Yeah.
movie,
Because as you're a kid, if a movie really gets you, you pretend to be that outside. Yeah.
yeah,
I think we've all did that. I mean, I was everything from a Jedi to a Velociraptor as a kid. So
Yeah. And they don't really do a good job of like reiterating the characters' names. The characters' names are hard to pronounce.
yes,
So,
yeah.
it's like how many of the guys that were in the Merry Band of Misfits that they died like with a wide shot and it's like, "Oh, I guess one of them died." Like, who was that? I don't know. I don't care.
there's no emotional connection to any character outside of maybe Colin, and then I felt the Cyclops
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
didn't. It was like, oh, the spikes are getting him. That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Twitch. I wanted Twitch. Like I
Yeah.
was
Because he's a
worried
kid.
for Twitch because he was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And I probably would have been sad if Ergo would have died. But other than that,
Yeah, he had it coming. He was kind of a jerk.
he
He had
stole
his
oh yeah.
character arc. He was good. Yeah, he was a good character, but like if he would have died, I would have been like, okay, what else was he gonna do?
Yeah, but the Cyclops knew that he had a good heart. You could tell.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And if the princess died, I thought it would have been funny because then it would have all been for nothing.
I would have.
Yeah. We should do a thing where we rewrite the endings of movies and make the whole movie for nothing.
Yeah. Or he gets there and like he walks in on her having a little tryst
Oh,
with the beast, but
how
as him.
could she? I was
What if she
thinking
was?
that through the whole movie. Like he's
But what if
huge.
she was into it though? I mean,
He's
yeah.
Yeah.
huge. He would have to do that changeling thing like he did with Colin, where he was like, "See,
Yeah.
I can,
Yeah.
I can be him," and she
Yeah.
was like, "But you can't. I don't love. I just don't love a figure. And I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it."
Oh, and by the way, they barely knew each other. I mean, I don't want to be the one to keep harping on stuff
Well,
like that.
it's supposed to be like ancient medieval times where
Yeah. They're
you just
playing.
get thrown
Yeah,
together.
but I agree.
You don't
But their
gotta
love
know
was
each other back then.
but their love was so strong that it created a fire to kill the beast. And I was like,
Well,
oh,
maybe
Yeah.
because they had that prophecy of a connection, though.
It should
I
have been
don't
the
know about that.
lust that they shared because
Yeah,
they're
there
both
you
pretty
go.
attractive
You
people.
guys need to
Yeah,
like
there you
get
go.
out more or something. You guys are like with the lust and
I like to stay behind my keyboard.
You know?
I'll get you guys a number, okay?
It's two numbers. There's a 6 and there's a 9.
That's all you need.
But yeah, that
Good
is
old Krull.
Brawl.
We did it, guys. We watched Krull.
We watched it, and you listened to us talk about it.
There
Why
you go.
not? I've actually seen it. It does have a huge cult following, but it's got to be
Yes.
from what people that.
I imagine there's a certain demographic, and I'm picturing them in my head, and it's got to be that kind of people that love Krull.
I love
did-
Crawl.
Well, yeah, you kind of sneak into that demographic in my head. The picture I got.
I did also want to bring this up real quick as we're ending this. Uh, uh, and I think this is very true, and I don't know why I never thought about it before, but I can't remember who said it. It's somebody who's in the movie business, and this is a recent thing. They were asking, why don't movie studios take more chances with their movies? And he was like, because let's say they make a comedy. I don't want to say it was Vince Vaughn, but they make a comedy and it doesn't do well initially, but then like in the early 2000s, it would make a killing on DVD or something like that, right? It get it on the back end, but that doesn't happen anymore.
Nope.
So
Yeah,
they're
but
not going
they've
to
done
take
that
these
to
chances.
They've done that
Oh,
to
they did it themselves. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, but
So
that's the reason for it though. It's just you can't count on DVD or Blu-ray sales anymore.
they don't even try. Like when a new release comes out, you remember like back in the day, you'd go to get a new movie that came out on a Tuesday, and they'd have like a shipper that had like hundreds of the same movie there. Like
Yeah,
you go for a new release now, there's maybe 10 on
and they really
opening, like the first
and,
day that they come out.
and they really skimp out on special features now. I feel.
Oh yeah, there's almost none.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was like that
so
was half the fun for me when a movie was coming out that I liked, coming on DVD or Blu-ray. Like, oh man, I can't wait to watch these special features on this thing.
I know, and they don't even do them anymore. No money
Yeah,
in it, I guess.
Nope.
sad.
Lazy,
Same with
lazy,
music.
lazy.
But
Same.
you know what's not sad though is our social media. If you go check out, I'm really good at
That was
this.
great.
Go check out our Facebook page and our Instagram. Andrew does a phenomenal job on those. Make sure you check out the other podcast. It's the Foot Clan Follies. If you like Ninja Turtles, it's the only podcast about Ninja Turtles that's hosted by actual members of the Foot Clan. So make sure you go check that out. And Andrew, we have a YouTube channel, correct?
Yes, the Nostalgia Funhouse YouTube channel. When I get my Crawl Atari 2600 game, I plan on playing that. So
There you go.
check out that gameplay. I tried to find one with an instruction manual, but thank goodness for people like Trevor Franklin that let us know that the internet can be used to find stuff like that.
Yeah, and I don't think
What?
it shouldn't be that hard because there's just one button.
Oh, I've tried. So I did He-Man for the Intellivision,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and I definitely probably should have had a manual to see exactly where to go and how to do things.
yeah.
But I think you'd need them for the Atari more than anything else. But yep, check that out. I think I might do an unboxing. My Mattel Creations should be here today, so I get my nice Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Oh,
So I'll
I
get
do
that
want to see
as
that.
well.
Yeah.
And then what else was I gonna say? Oh, and then next week we starts our little October Halloween time fun, and we are doing top 5. We were gonna do 6, but we've already did one of the episodes, so go check out the last Saturday morning rewind if you want to know how we feel about that episode of Rick Moranis's Gravedale High.
Yeah, and this is great timing too because they just showed him coming out of retirement for the next Spaceballs movie. So
More
announced
Rick
that.
Moranis.
Yeah,
Rick
love Rick
Moranis, can't get enough of him.
That's
Nope, not at all. He's great.
And with that being said, what may not be nostalgia for you may be nostalgia for some.